It's your daily dose of Donna. Welcome to the show. I am so happy to have you guys here. Thanks for allowing me to be a little delayed today. I'm recording this a little bit late because I had to go get my kids from camp. I picked them up. Our family is back together. I am so happy to have my boys home. I mean, a little bit freaked out over the change in pace. It's a little bit much to all of a sudden have like a full messy house. Like they came in with like a lot of laundry and a lot of dust, and like it was just a lot, but I was so happy to have them home. I'll talk about that in just a minute. Of course, I was driving and getting all the alerts, all the news, all the exciting things that I want to talk about today. I have so much I want to talk to you guys about. We're going to get into all of it. So much to talk about. Of course we do. Can't wait to get into it. I'll show you guys pictures. We have trailers to talk about. We have new casts to talk about. Our man Cody's going to be back on TV in the best possible way. Oh my goodness. What is going on with my overalls? I can't fix it right now, and I just messed it up, and it's going to kill me here. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? Don't worry. We'll figure it out. Everything's going to be fine. Everyone calm down. Everything's going to be fine. Anywho, if you guys are here, thank you for subscribing. We are getting so close to 50K that I almost think we can do it by Dosers Live by August 23rd. Where are we today? Right now, at the beginning of today's episode, we are at 49,319 subscribers. That is only 81 subscribers. We can do this. So everyone, make sure to subscribe as you get in. Give me a like so that we can, spread the truth. Team Truth over here on Daily Dose of Donna. Make sure to come on in. We have a lot to talk about. I'm wondering if we want to go there with like the lives that I saw this morning. If you know what I'm talking about. Saw some interesting Instagram lives this morning in addition to what the things I want to talk about today. But everyone, get your arms ready. My arms need a nice little sprinkler. It's time. It's time because it is your daily dose of Donna. Oh my gosh, I got a notification about my live and I by mistake opened it. And there you go. I was listening to it. I just realized there's so many new people here probably that have no idea what the sprinkler is. They're probably like, what is the sprinkler? So if you guys are new here, you probably don't know, but Zach Peter, when he was on my show a few weeks back, he's one of my close friends. And when this song started, I forget what happened. Like he was on my show. We started singing my theme song and he was like, can you imagine? He started doing the sprinkler. And I'm like, who does the sprinkler? Like that is so weird. I've never done the sprinkler in my life, but now that's the thing. So this morning when Lance and I, my husband and I were driving to, oh, this is nice. Thanks so much. Really appreciate that. Really. Thanks for that comment. Awesome. Be nice in life. So when we were driving to camp this morning, my husband and I were listening to we were actually on the phone. What happened was we got a text this morning from the DJ for Dosers Live. And he called and he said, let's talk about the event. Because we're having a whole DJ for this live event that I'm doing on August 23rd. And I told him, I was like, there's the only thing that we have to do is come on in. And when I, enter, we got to play this one song. And I was thinking to myself, like, the whole room has to sprinkler, right? That's like one thing we have to do. The entire room has to sprinkler. That's literally what is going to happen. Like we have to do a group sprinkler on that day. So thank you so much. Must sprinkler. And for anyone out there who feels the need, and this is just like a personal feeling, to go into someone else's live and come in and feel the need to say, no offense, but what you're wearing is atrocious. Shut the fuck up. Seriously, shut the fuck up. It's so rude. Coming to a live and doing a live show every day is not for the wary. And I am not someone that gets easily offended, but for some reason, this just pisses me off. And I don't mean to like go on a tangent here because I love my overalls. Let me show you how cute they are. They're so cute and they're cropped. They're short and they have the cutest little wide legs. And I freaking love my overalls, but I had like a little bit of an issue with the top. But I am very, very in love with the way that I dress and I look. But to come into someone else's live when they're feeling good and they're feeling happy, and to decide to actually think to yourself, I'm going to actually type in the comments, what you are wearing is atrocious. No offense. It's so insane. It's actually this craziest thing. And you know, I want to bring up something. This is totally a side piece here. Because I was talking about this yesterday with Blake, like you have to have thick skin. And I really think my skin has gotten so much thicker because the amount of hate I get on a daily basis and online is pretty thick, right? Like, I mean, it's a strong amount of hate because I'm open. I share exactly how I feel about everything. And I'm okay with that. Like you can call what I wear, like, you know, it's a little very interesting though when it's live. And this is someone who's come back and, okay, she's coming. I did not say atrocious. Okay, let's go back. Hold on. Let's go back. I'm going to find. We're fighting. Okay, there you go. Those overalls are atrocious. So do we want to fight? Thanks. Okay. This is someone that has gone back and forth, and I'm trying so hard to be kind to them. I don't want to block someone, but we've gone back and forth so much. She comes after me. I don't know if it's a woman or a man. She's come after me about Blake. She's come after me about so many people that I like and don't like. She loves Candace Owens and attacks me every time. And I'm so kind, and I don't block this person. Do not come into someone's live and call their outfit atrocious without thinking that the person is going to feel offended. Just saying. I like my overalls. I would like a picture of what you're wearing right now in this moment. Anyway, I didn't mean that. I'm just thinking, like, what would I tell my kids? I would say, if someone said something rude to you, like, don't accept it and move on. Okay, let's move on. Now let's move on. So this morning, I had such a nice day. I picked up my kids. I was so like, I got like those like bubbles inside. I was so nervous. I was so excited. I was like, I'm going to see my kids. And I finally got to see them. And I honestly, it's so cool when you finally get your family back in the car with you. You know, it's like, this is a picture of the four of us together. Of course, the first thing that they wanted to do was In and Out. They were like, can we please get In and Out? That was all they wanted. They were like, In and Out. And one of them wanted Starbucks. But I was like, it's either In and Out or Starbucks. So we got In and Out. And then we came home and we got to show them. We put like a bunch of candy and all their favorite snacks on their beds. And it was really cute and it was fun. And I love that. So we had a great time picking them up. And then when I was driving home, I was getting all these text messages and everything about the new cast of Special Forces. So before we get into the new cast of Special Forces, I need to shout out my incredible sponsor. And I told you guys I was going to promise you that I was going to tell you about Lola Blankets. So I took a picture of my Lola blanket while I am here. I want to show you guys what it looks like on my bed. I love it so much. And I really, honestly, this is what it looks like on my bed. It is so soft. It's phenomenal. Let me show you guys. Let me show you what it looks like. Who has a Lola blanket here? If you guys don't have one, you got to get one. Look how beautiful that is. I don't know if you guys can really tell. And then here is a little video of it, just so you guys can see like like, how do you press play? There we go. It's so soft. It's like so soft to the touch. It's wonderful. I love them. Anyway, so Lola Blanket is offering 35% off your entire order if you use code Daily Dose at the checkout. It's the number one blanket online, Lola Blankets, crafted with ultra soft, ultra luxury vegan faux fur and a signature four-way stretch that sets it apart. It's machine washable, double hemmed for durability and stays flawless. No pilling, no shedding, even after repeated washes. One Lola instantly elevates your space. It's unbelievably soft, beautifully designed, and makes your home feel cozy and curated. I discovered Lola through Instagram, and now I see them everywhere. I tell everyone about it. Look, there's little Frankie next to my Lola blanket. Frankie loves my Lola blanket. Who doesn't like Lola? Tanya has a Lola. She says, my girls try to steal it every time they're at my house, checking bags on the way out. So, you guys, you can get 35% off. This is a large. It's perfect for cozying up solo with or with someone else. They also make weighted blankets. Then they also have matching pillows, but they have different colors. Make sure to get it as a gift. Use code Daily Dose at checkout. Go to lolablankets.com. Use code Daily Dose at checkout. Just head to lolablankets.com and use code Daily Dose. And after you purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about them and support the show and tell them that I sent you. Wrap yourself in luxury with Lola Blankets. Okay, let's get into it now. We got to talk about where should we start? Oh, let's start with special forces because this is a fun little story. So, Brittany Cartwright, speaking of the Valley, which we'll get into because that story is wild. Brittany Cartwright posts today that she has a secret to tell us that she was. I don't know when in the world they filmed special forces because I feel like she was all over social media, but I guess she wasn't. They filmed special forces a few months ago. I wonder when they filmed. Probably like when we just weren't paying attention. I have no idea. I am really disappointed in some of the people on this cast, but I am so happy about other people on this cast because if you guys have been around here for a long time, you're going to know my feelings. So here, without further ado, is the new cast of Special Forces. OMG. Here you go. Let's talk about it. We have so many people. Oh my gosh, so sweet, Julie. Donna, every time you wear those overalls, I comment and ask where you got them, but it gets lost in the chat. Please link them. Okay, I want to say, oh gosh, this is probably not the best time. I will look. You know what? I'll put them in the newsletter. I always put them in the newsletter, everything that you guys ask me what I'm wearing. So go to dailydosepod.com/ just go to dailydosepod.com and there's a newsletter link and sign up. And I put all my links that you guys asked me for. Do that. And I'll put it in the link. Thank you, babe. Okay, so here we go. So many people, some of them I don't even know, if I'm going to be 100% honest. Some of them I don't even know. Let's pull up a list of the actual names because truly I don't know all of them. Some of them I'm not so happy about. I'm not going to lie. Maybe we can just look at this tab. So we got Teresa Judice. I mean, I still don't know how to say her name. Let's go through this list top to bottom, actually. So we've got Jesse Smollett. I'm not happy about it. I am not happy about it. Liars like him should not be getting another chance. Now, what do you guys think? Some people I think would say, like, he deserves it. He deserves another chance. I don't think he deserves another chance. What do you guys think? He put so many people through hell with that lie. So I don't think that that is fair at all that he gets another chance. That's my feelings. That's like a really wild ability to get a comeback. Teresa, I like that idea. Oh, I have to tell you guys about my next gen NYC binge. And then speaking of Gia, so that's shocking that both mom and daughter get on there. We have Ava Marcel, who you guys know her from. She's from America's Next Top Model, and she's an actress. Okay, stop the presses. Hold on. This is when you know that the gods are looking out for me. They said, Donna, You're having a tough year. Donna, it's been a tough run. I am going to tell you, we're going to give you something good. You guys, if you have any idea what I've been doing this entire, like, since Daily Dose of Donna started, it started with Sister Wives. It started with Cody Brown. It started with Cody Brown and his gloves. It started with Cody Brown and his sex life and his culpability. Oh, I'm so excited where I can talk about Cody Brown. Cody Brown is going to cry. I have a feeling that on Special Forces, they're going to make Cody cry. I want him to cry. I hope he cries so badly. I want them to make him, oh, I shouldn't have chosen this life. I am so excited for this. I mean, this is the best part of the show. No matter what happens, this is the best part. Look how serious he looks. He's probably going to try to be one of the trainers next season. Brittany Cartwright, who looks, and I'm just going to be honest, this is truly, I'm trying to be nice here. She looks like she got 14 lip injections the day before. What is happening with her lips? Are they leaving her face? Her eyebrows and her lips are separated. They're getting pulled apart. She used to be so stunning. I don't understand what is happening with her face. Because I think she's a pretty woman. But this is unreal what's happening with it's like really problematic, I think. I mean, and I feel bad for her because the truth is she really, it's an insecurity thing, I think, with Brittany. Don't you? And we'll talk about the Valley later. Randall Cobb, I don't know him because he's an NFL player. So he's from the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. We've got Jessie James Decker. She's a singer and she was on Dancing with the Stars and she had a reality show. And Eric Decker. Are they married? Yes, husband and wife. So they did a lot of husband and wife teams here. We have Shawn Johnson, former U.S. gymnast, who I actually follow on Instagram, believe it or not. I actually really like her and her husband, Andrew. So I'm into this little couple. Do you guys like them? I like them. And we have Mark Estes. You guys know him from, well, maybe you know him from the Montana Boys on TikTok, but I know him from Kristen Cavallari as her boy toy. We have Chanel Iman, who was the supermodel from Victoria's Secret Angels. Brianna Chicken Fry LaPaglia. Everyone knows her from Dave Portnoy, Barstool Sports. What's the name of the podcast? I forget the name of their podcast, but she also has that drama with her ex-boyfriend, Zach Bryan. We have Johnny Manziel, who is also known as Johnny Football, and he's an NFL player. But he's also done a bunch of reality shows, I feel like. Ravi Patel. Oh, he's an actor. Yeah. So random. That's a weird way to stand, the way he's standing. It just looks funny. Christy Pierce Rampone. No idea who she is. Oh, she's an Olympian. Okay, so we have two Olympians, Shawn Johnson and her. Nick Young, who is an NBA player, Swaggy P. He was on the Lakers, Clippers, and the Wizards. All right, there you go. It's a pretty stacked cast, but no one, and I say no one beats my Cody. No one beats my Cody. Cody. Oh, the whim. So okay. Who will Cody fight with? Now, I don't watch the show. I don't know what it normally is like, what it entails, but I am so excited about this. Cannot wait. All right. So next piece of news is let's see. I already have my kids like peeking in here already. Oh my gosh. Okay, next piece of news. We got to get into, let's do a little Blake news, just a little. We're not going to really go deep on her because how much more can we? Yesterday, I really spent a lot of energy talking about how she has just completely lost the plot and is getting desperate. And I really feel like that just seems to be the name of the game. What I did was I watched a really great TikTok talking about the amount of information that she's seeking to receive right now, Blake Lively. She's really going all in trying to get the information about from what's it called? From Justin Baldoni's team from Wayfarer. And they filed something called uh, hocus pocus, schmocus, something like that, motion to compel. You think I'm a lawyer? I'm not. I like following them on TikTok though. And she filed this, it's a 30-page document. It's psycho how long it is. And it's crazy how detailed it is. But why it's an important thing is it's asking for so much information about text messages and emails and information that she absolutely does not need to have at all. The problem with it is that she thinks that she does. And the reason why I think she does is because, when you kind of like don't really have anything, you start to create something else. You start digging deeper. You start looking in places that you don't have. You start thinking, what else can we find? So, Little Girl Attorney is an amazing person to follow on TikTok. There's two people that I like following attorney wise on TikTok for this case. That's Not Actually Golden, and that's Little Girl Attorney. They both seem to be very clear-headed about it. They're not very leaning either way. They're very calm. They speak very clearly. And I'm trying to get Little Girl Attorney here on my show. She is a California employment lawyer. She currently is covering this case. And she spoke very clearly about this motion to compel and all the things that they were asking for in this last thing. But it's 30 pages long. So it's a really, really long document. I'll play just a few like parts of her TikTok, but it's kind of crazy what she's been asking for.
Wow. Okay. I just finished reading the most recent motion to compel filed by Lively against the Wayfair defendants. 30 pages long, and they basically take issue with every single request for production that has been sought in this case. As an overview, we are nearing the end of fact discovery, which means there's a cutoff, there's a deadline, there's deadlines that dictate when parties can move to compel documents. So it is sort of normal at this stage of the case to see motions to compel filed. And they just did a big one, right? They just went through everything and anything that they could think of that they thought was insufficiently produced and saw what they can get the judge to compel. So basically, they went through every request for production that they've ever served on the Wayfair parties and identified every single instance in which they felt that not everything was turned over. I think what's most helpful to know here is that if there's a document or something, some piece of evidence that is helpful to the defense, is helpful evidence that they would present. So let's say that there's a text.
So it's like I said, it's long and you can go over there and watch, and I can't make it faster for on the desktop. But essentially what she's saying is like they really are doing everything as we get close to the end of discovery. You can only present things in trial that you find in discovery. You can't find pieces of evidence later after discovery and then shock people in trial. So this is her last ditch effort. And she's trying her hardest to find anything possible. When I say she, it's her attorneys and her, to find anything possible that they can possibly give her right before, so that the judge allows it right before the end of discovery so that they can say, aha, we have something. But like one thing that they asked for, which was so mind blowing, was the email between Justin Baldoni, you guys, really, between Justin Baldoni and Colleen Hoover in 2019. 2019. The email saying that Justin Baldoni should play the role of Ryle. Remember that email that we all saw? They want to see that email back and forth. The email that had nothing to do with Blake Lively before Blake Lively was even involved in the movie. So they're asking for things that are so irrelevant to the case, that are so irrelevant to a smear campaign, that are so irrelevant to Blake Lively. But it just goes to show that they're doing everything and anything they can to find anything that they can push or shove or create or mold or whatever, and not actually Golden's so funny in her take on this. She basically said, like, look how she said, she goes, nothing I want to do is go through this case or through this document.
I tried to read this in between things I was doing tonight. It's like reading an omnibus motion to compel to me is like getting a colonoscopy. Like, I really don't want to.
No one wants to do this. Lawyers don't want to read it. Judges won't want to read this. Like, what is she doing? What is happening? I can't keep up. Lawyers can't keep up. It's feeling like we're just muddying the waters, right? And if you guys actually look at the docket, if you guys actually ever pay attention to the docket, which I don't know if any of you guys ever do look at the docket, it's public. You can sit here and look at the docket. I mean, it started on December 1st. I'll make it bigger. December 1st. Sorry, December. What do we have? December 31st, 2024 is the first day on the docket. That's the complaint against Jennifer Abel, Justin Baldoni, okay? And now we're here on the last page. Now it's, here's the third page, still document 334. Here's the fourth page, final page. We're at document 571 was just filed on August 6th. I mean, I don't know if this is normal for court cases. Like, I don't know what is normal, but this feels excessive. Excessive. It's just excessive. And what they've been doing in the last few hours is really going after Perez Hilton, which I find really interesting. Now, Perez Hilton was one of the creators, one of the, people that were on the list from TAG and got a subpoena alongside Andy Signor, alongside Candace Owens. And I don't want to really get into my personal feelings. I don't really want to get into all of that. But he did, and he's very open about this. He talks about it himself on Reddit, whatever. But he goes on to, Reddit, and he talks about how he's representing himself. I don't think it's a good move. I would never represent myself in this case. This is a lot bigger than I think he thinks. Or, well, I'm sure he knows it's a lot bigger, but like, I don't know why you would ever represent yourself in this case. But he wrote a letter to the judge, which I think he thinks is like, and it is like kind of like a FU letter to the judge, being like, I am, submitting my motion to quash or whatever. And I'm doing it here in Las Vegas where I live, so it won't be under your court. And, it was kind of like a little bit of an FU letter. And he signed it XOXO to the judge. And he also, gave a little bit of an FU kind of vibe in the letter to the judge by saying, like, you're showing a bias and you're clearly on Blake's side in so many words. I don't love it for the creators that are getting subpoenaed. I don't find it professional. I don't find it ideal. I think if anything, it will just piss off the judge, and it's pissing off Ezra Hudson. Because now what's happening is, and I don't really understand exactly what is happening, but as of this morning, there's all of these like declaration of Ezra Hudson in opposition for a protective order filed by Blake Lively against Mario Lavandera, which is Perez Hilton. Like, they're going all in against Perez Hilton now. And they're really trying to go, I don't really know exactly what they're trying to do now, but they're trying to kind of take down Perez because that's what happens when you start a war with someone, like they're going to fight back. And we say that about Blake, and now it's with Perez. And I don't know exactly what is the goal here. Sometimes I wonder with certain people. See, I don't think creators like Lauren Knighty, who you know I adore, wanted to be involved in this case whatsoever. I think she wanted to cover the case just like she covers court cases, right? She just wanted to talk about it. I don't think she ever wanted to be involved in the case. I think there's certain creators or content creators or journalists or whatever who love this kind of like drama. I would put Candace Owens in that category as well, because I think she like gets excited. She's like, subpoena me, please. And I think Perez also was begging for the subpoena. He was talking about it. He was like, bring it on, subpoena me. I don't want to be subpoenaed. I would never want to have this in my life. Like, I feel bad for the content creators that got subpoenaed. That's a horrible experience. So I don't know. The whole thing just feels like a little bit weird. It's like, bring it on. No, don't bring it on. Bring it on. No, don't bring it. It's like a feeling like we're playing games. I don't like it. It feels a little amateur for me. That's how I feel about it. But now they're going to come after him. And then like, who knows where that's going to go and where that's going to lead towards other creators. Are they going to take it into someone else? So it's a little weird. The whole thing is a little strange. But I don't want anyone to like forget that this is ultimately about Blake. I don't want people to now, the press to now be like, oh my gosh, obnoxious creators like Perez Hilton are blah, 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 blah. Like, that's the problem, is that people don't like, in general, I'm not sure that you can take someone like Blake Lively and then someone like a Perez Hilton and say, like, who do you like more? I worry that you're putting people next to each other, that people question integrity and dignity and like that. You don't have two people that are very, very likable next to each other. I just have to be honest. He may be a changed man now, but in general, in the like scope, in the grand scope of who people are in pop culture history, you may not have the most likable person. So it's actually good for Blake Lively's case if Perez Hilton comes off as like an unhinged person, if that makes sense. You don't want that. We don't want that. We want it to look like, I think it's better if the creators just look like we're just doing our job. We don't care about Blake Lively as a person. We're not interested in that. We're just doing our job. We're reporting the facts. We're not worried about like trying to take her down. We're just doing our job. That to me is, I think, the better move. But she is all over the docket. She is, going all in. She is like taking anyone down, like whack-a-mole, 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 whack-a-mole. And Rob Shooter actually had if you guys don't know who Rob Shooter is, he has a Substack. I don't follow him regularly, but he used to be like a very big podcaster. And I don't know if he had a podcast, but he used to be on like E! News. He's a British guy. He used to be on E! News, and he used to be on I used to listen to him on Taylor Strecker's show back on Cosmo Radio on Sirius. Like, he's been around forever. He talked about this whole thing, and he had a little moment where he said, let me just show you. This is on his Substack yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. He said, exclusive, Blake Lively slams leaks, but insiders say she's been leaking for years. Blake Lively is done playing nice. The Gossip Girl icon is demanding sanctions after her deposition details were leaked. But Hollywood insiders say Blake is no stranger to the media game. She's a master at planting stories, says one former publicist. Now she's playing victim, please. From surprise baby bumps to perfectly choreographed premieres, Blake and Ryan Reynolds have long controlled their press with surgical precision. So insiders aren't buying her sudden need for boundaries, especially now that she's in the middle of a $250 million harassment lawsuit. She's always known how to shape the narrative, another source snipes. She just doesn't like losing control. Blake's team is outraged after Baldoni's lawyers allegedly leaked her outfit and entourage from the deposition, but critics say she's trying to shift the spotlight away from the deeper, darker accusations. This isn't about privacy, a source close to the case claims. It's about optics. Bottom line, Blake says enough, but the town she mastered may be turning on her. I love that. All right, let's move on to some other stories so we don't make this an entire Blake Lively case, because there's a few other people in the Los Angeles town that I think we've had enough about, and that is half the cast of the Valley. Basically, anyone with a name that starts with J on the Valley, I'm pretty sure, needs to skedaddle. And by that, I mean, Jax is already gone, and we've got to already push. We've got to get, I know that we were talking about like, no, Janet is a good villain and this and that. Please. Janet, Jason, and Jasmine. Last night angered me so much watching the second episode of the reunion. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. It was so upsetting to me. It was like, here's the problem, in my opinion. I think what bothers me is that there is an issue whenever you talk. So basically what it comes out, and there's a few different stories I want to talk about on the Valley. But there was an issue on last night's Valley that keeps coming up, and it's about sexual assault. So this would be very interesting, considering that we have a situation with thanks, Fergus. I appreciate you. We have a situation kind of similar to, calling out these big terms. In this season, we have a storyline with a cast member, Danny Bucco. And full disclosure, I DM with Danny, okay? I really like Danny as a person. Danny is a nice guy. I don't drink with him. I don't party with him. I've never once in my life gone out with him. So I don't know if he is the kind of guy that's out there grabbing ass every time he drinks. But just like a Justin Baldoni situation, I'm going to guess that since we are not getting 500 women screaming out loud saying Danny is attacking me every time I'm out, or Danny has grabbed my ass, or Danny is, patted me on the puss or whatever, I'm assuming this was like a 1 or 2 time thing. Just like Justin Baldoni. We're not getting girls popping out left and right being like, Justin did this to me. Justin did this to me. And usually when you have a situation where someone's like a chronic abuser or a chronic predator, you've got many, many people constantly doing these things. So I don't believe that this is a situation that he's like chronically doing. I think he had a few nights, or maybe 1 or 2 nights, where he was over drinking. It happens to the best of us. Okay. I've had nights where I've overdrank and said or did things inappropriately. Sorry, big whoops. It's a mistake. Apologize. What else can you do? So Danny spent this entire season apologizing essentially for something he had done to his friend Jasmine. Jasmine is a lesbian woman who had an experience with Danny, and she has mentioned on the show that she was uncomfortable. So Danny then apologized to her, still was uncomfortable. So then Danny then took her and her girlfriend out to dinner or drinks or whatever and said, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. And she said, that's okay. Thank you. And they hugged and they made up and it was fine. And then it keeps coming up. But the problem with it keep coming up, I can't speak, is that Jasmine's not bringing it up. Her little friend, Janet is the one who literally cannot STF you about it. She can't shut up about it. She is this woman in the corner, And I think she is literally the most, I hate using this word Karen, but she's the Karen of all the Karens, who sits there and just decides, I'm going to take this battle on for myself. I don't even know if Jasmine's that upset about it, but I've decided that it is a problem for me. Amy says, when you're raised by manipulators and forever victims, Janet and Jason activates the part of me that I've gone to therapy to manage. I despise it. Thank you, Amy, for that. I absolutely agree. Something about this girl on the Valley is so hard to watch. Mind you, when you watch her body language and her energy is so uncomfortable. And I don't know if anyone sees this. It's not warm, it's not open, it's not friendly, and it's not kind. It's cold. It's anxious. It's uncomfortable. It looks like she has to poop. I'm not joking. It looks literally like she has to poop. Or like she's about to be sick, or she looks like she's an abused victim. Something is going on there. She doesn't look healthy. She doesn't look like at ease. Her relationship with her husband, Jason, a man that I started the show thinking like he seems nice, he seems handsome, he seems normal, is so codependent and sick. It's become a sick relationship because this man is willing to stand up for whatever his wife says. And I've only seen these in a few different relationships, the most unhealthy relationships ever. I'm trying to think of like some relationships that I've seen this in. It's so unhealthy. I mean, Cody and Robin would be a great relationship to compare it to. Cody and Robin on Sister Wives, where no matter how bad your partner acts, you will stand up for them. And not only stand up for them, you'll double down on it. So in last night's episode, this whole story gets brought up. And I'm going to show you guys just like a little clip that was so upsetting to me, where Jason, who was not even part of the situation, Jason decides to call Danny a clown. It's so upsetting. Let me see, actually. First, these are the last couple minutes of last night's reunion. I think here. Hopefully, I don't get knocked for showing it to you. But this, I was beyond. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find it really fast. I posted on my stories. Okay, here we go. This is from It's a Bravo World on Instagram. I was like, you've got to be joking me. All right. So this is when they bring up the touching again. Again.
I honestly feel like that interaction was disgusting.
So first of all, just to kind of set the tone, they ask Jasmine, how are you doing with it? And Jasmine gets like a little emotional. And as she gets a little emotional, she then says to Jason, thank you so much, Jason. Thank you so much, Jason, for being there for me. It's been so amazing. And Jason, who's not even with Jasmine, they're just friends, starts getting like emotional. He's like, and remember, he used to be besties with Danny, who's sitting right across the hall, right across the couch. So something's going on there, right?
What interaction? I feel like
you weren't there, Jason.
You admitted what happened and I heard what happened. What else do I need to know?
You weren't there, Jason. You admitted, and he goes, you admitted what happened and I heard what happened. What else do you need to know? In life, we need to know more than what we've heard and what we've admitted to. Like, you got to know more than that's hearsay. What do you mean? You've admitted. I heard.
Jasmine is still feeling a certain way about it. And it's
he wasn't there.
I know, but he can still feel his own how he wants to.
I was taking off guard because you're still hurt. Why are you still hurt? Insinuate that she did it for the show?
Not because you're still hurt, because he thought that they had good communication and they were in a better place. He thought
it had happened over almost a year ago.
You can think anything. And then
Jasmine said, I forgive you. I'm feeling okay about it. How many times do you have to forgive someone? And how many times do you have to apologize to someone? Have you guys ever had an experience where you've apologized to someone 100 times and they accept it, but they're still mad at you? At some point, it's their problem, right? It's not your problem anymore. Okay, watch how he continues.
And then when
But
you're
I
told
haven't seen
otherwise,
you, and I was like, out of
get
sight,
over
out
it.
of
We
mind
had
type of
seen
thing.
each other a few
But
times.
not like Dana in this like situation.
I just didn't know anything was unresolved.
If I did what happened on Halloween to you, you can change your mind and be mad at me for the rest of my life.
Absolutely.
And I will
He's not-
grovel at your
he
feet
didn't
and
have an issue
apologize,
with
and I will
her.
never say another word.
I feel like we're not understanding each other.
I don't feel like it either because I have apologized over and over, and I will continue to apologize.
It's hard to hear you say, like, even at the after show, like, why would she bring this up again? It's like that right there is like slapping my
Why
face.
even ask?
It was just hard hearing
After the
that.
show, saying that you
At the-
brought it up again
On the after show, you said something like, oh, I can't believe it was brought up again. Like I was bringing
by
this up again.
Janet.
So he goes on the after show. He said, I can't believe that after we were totally fine and everything was okay, Miss Annoying Janet, this guy's wife, not him, but Jason's wife, brought it back up. Everything was fine. We had moved on. But Janet, little shit stir Janet, comes back in and has to bring it back in. And that's why on the after show, Danny said, why did she have to bring it back up?
Not by you.
You can bring it up as much as you want.
You are a clown, dude. You're a total clown. You better never.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding.
I thought you were talking about me bringing it
Never
up.
you. Freaking this guy. Blame
Well,
everybody.
you know
Blame
what?
everybody.
I'm actually glad I've talked about it a lot because
No, just give her action.
it's happened multiple times since.
You're making it sound like he is going out and grabbing women all over when he drinks, and that's wrong.
He's been inappropriate
Janet,
and made
you-
women uncomfortable multiple times since. As recently as the Super Bowl.
Janet, that's a lie.
That's a lie.
And you're really good at lying.
Okay, this is a face of the woman that you never, ever, ever want to be close to in life. She is literally the worst of the worst, especially because Kristen Doty, who's so real, says on the show earlier, she says, I don't know who this Janet is. In real life, she's great. She was great. She was friendly. She was fun. She was nice. She was kind. She was everything. The second the cameras turned on, she became a different person. Just know, you guys, this is not a real this is a putting on a fake persona to get a TV show. This is putting on a villain persona. Just know that whatever you're seeing here is a fake. I'm intentionally trying to stir up drama so that I stay on this show, so that I get more seasons, so that I continue to get talked about. All her bullshit about I'm going to go private because I don't want people to be mean to me. I don't want people to get mad at me. I've been getting death threats, et cetera, et cetera. Like that is complete bull crap. Bull crap, okay? She likes to be evil. She's choosing this life. You don't have to do this. You don't have to be this way. And her husband is enabling, her husband is the new Ryan Reynolds. He's enabling her disgusting behavior. He's an attorney. He's a smart man, and he's enabling her behavior because she sits at home and says to her, she says to him, whatever you do, you have my back. And he knows that's where he needs to be. Amy says, okay, me again. Brittany's response about Danny following her on her birthday. I just can't. How can they ever say they were friends? I would never. Wait, Brittany's response about Danny following her on her birthday. I just can't. How can they ever say they were friends? I would never. Yes. So there's another whole story here is that Brittany is a shitty friend. And there are shitty friends of Brittany. Because here's another part of it. They stand up for Jax Taylor. And if you guys don't forget, if you don't remember, Jax Taylor has on video pushed his wife into rose bushes multiple times, apparently. And Janet, moral police over here, and her husband, attorney Jason, have seen the footage. Yet they stood there and they talked about how incredible and how wonderful and how much we should be giving Jax like the benefit of the doubt. I'm sorry. Jax gets the benefit of the doubt, but Danny's a clown. Is it because Jax doesn't call out Janet, but Danny does? Disgusting, gross. And I will tell you one more thing. Ariana Madix is besties with this girl. And I'm telling you, it makes me wonder about Ariana. Ariana Madix, America's sweetheart, is best friends with Janet. And if you don't think that that makes you, like, you should question Ariana. Best friends. They just went out this last weekend. Best friends. Everyone's like, Ariana is the best. Ariana is so amazing. She chooses to be best friends with Janet? How? It's weird. How could you watch this behavior and be like, that's who I want to be friends with? It's strange. Brittany's a shitty friend. The way she treats Zach and Kristen Doty is horrendous. And I think if Jax Taylor straight up said to Brittany, I want to be back together with you right now, I think Brittany would get back together with him. I'm sorry. I would. And I'm over the Michelle and Jesse storyline beyond. And I think Michelle 100% was cheating on Jesse with Aaron. I really do. And that's it. And I love Danny, and I feel bad because I was DMing with him. He wanted to do my show, but he's on he was like, I really want to do your show. He's like on a blackout. Like he can't do podcast interviews. And he's like, it sucks because I can't get my word out. Like I can't get my side of the story out right now. So he can only do like certain podcasts. You know, Bravo's so annoying about what podcasts they allow them to do. But I'm on team Danny and Nia like forever and ever. I despise Janet completely. Okay. So what else am I going to do here? I'm going to release I'm going to do a members only this week. What day is it? It's already Wednesday. Maybe I'll do a members only. I can't do it tomorrow. Oh, I have a very exciting in-person interview for Daily Dose of Donna tomorrow. I'll release it either Friday or Monday, Saturday, Friday or Saturday. So I'm excited about that. And I think you guys will like it. Any of you kind of like true crime people will like it. And I have to release some members only. I'm going to do a members only, and I want to see if I can do a Patreon / members only. We'll see. I want to talk a little bit about the Kelly Wolf situation on that, because it's been a lot. It's been a lot. It's a disaster. A disaster. And maybe a little bit about the Kelly Dodd Reddit situation, if you guys have been following up with that. That also is wild. I've been heavily interested in that, just as someone on the receiving end of that hate. Anything else? I think that's it for right now. I'm going to go and see my kids and hang out and hug them and love on them and maybe jump in a pool. Oh my gosh, Enrique, you said, can you deep dive Podco? All my rewatch podcasts are gone. This has been asked of me so many times. It is so interesting. So Podco was Christy Carlson Romano and her husband's podcast company. And it was so successful. And they had like Joey Lawrence's podcast, right? They had like all of the 90s and Nickelodeon type podcasts. And then they just kind of fell off. We have to find out. I'm going to do some deep diving. I'm going to put a note, because if not, my ADHD brain will forget. Enrique. And they didn't even say goodbye. Yeah, Maddie says, and do laundry. I have so much laundry to do. Holy shit. And I'm going to wear my cute overalls doing it. Podco. Deep dive. What else should I deep dive for you guys? What else? What other deep dive subjects? Any other deep dives? All right. Well, this was fun. Sorry about my temper tantrum at the beginning of the episode. I got a little affected by that comment. Someone asked where I got my overalls. I really have to look. Oh my God, I'm too blind to see this close up. Oh, they're Kenzie jeans. That's the company, Kenzie jeans. You know where I probably got them? Is probably like Marshall's. I swear to God. Let me look. Kenzie jeans. Probably TJ Maxx or Marshall's. Swear to God. You can buy them on, you can get them at Revolve. You can get them at Amazon. Let's see. Kenzie jeans. Overalls. Let me see if I can find the exact link for you guys, and I'll post it in my newsletter. Remember, I'll find them. Hopefully. All right, you guys. Love you. I'll see you later. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Bye.